Hello, my name is Ayan Parikh. It's my privilege to speak to you all today as the valedictorian of the class of 2024, dressed in clothes that rival the most elite fashion of Diagon Alley. It's also my privilege to officially say gotcha to my parents who thought I was not giving a speech today. So, I'm going to take this opportunity to ask you all to join me in socially pressuring them into extending my curfew past 8 p.m. Yup, you heard that right, 8 p.m. Feels uncomfortable, right? Now imagine how it feels when I have to say my curfew is 8 p.m. During Honors Day a couple days ago, I gave a short introduction for two inductees of the Cum Laude Society. Now, while many of the parents praised me for my articulation and style of speaking, it was a totally different story with my peers. 13 people told me. Actually, it was like 13 and a half because Derek told me like 5 times. They said that I sounded like Mel Robbins on caffeine. So in an effort to kind of bridge this gap, I'll be inserting translations throughout this speech to ensure that we're all on the same page together. 4 years ago, a lot was different. Translation, 4 years ago, we were all cooked. We were stuck at home, acne-covered faces, cowering behind computers. We had all become TikTok stars, capable of banging out the renegade in 5 seconds. Juju dabbing was an up-and-coming YouTuber. Word on the streets is he's making a comeback, so subscribe to stay tuned. And perhaps most shockingly of all, 4 years ago, Mr. Nesmith was still parading our halls, sending emails that started with hell to all. During this obscure time, I wrote a letter to my future self for a school project, which I received just a couple weeks back in the mail. The letter started off by saying, "Hello, 2024 Ayan," and the hovering over me mom and dad. Ironically enough, my mom had opened the letter, read it, and sent it to 4 WhatsApp group chats before I even had the chance to read it. The letter continued, asking whether I had achieved the accomplishments I had set out for myself in high school. Did you get into a good college? Did you start a company? Were you valedictorian? Were you 6 foot? Now, while I did accomplish many of these goals, especially the last one, what I remember most fondly about high school wasn't actually achieving these goals. Rather, it was the journey, the process of achieving them. Translation, we left no crumbs on Skibbity. I got $40 for saying that. The most memorable moments in high school for me were those that contributed to the comprehensive high school journey. Being greeted by Mrs. White and Mrs. Ahmad and Miss Pence each morning before going to school. Other times being greeted by a tornado of moths. Figuring out which Wi-Fi networks and VPNs work best for different social media apps. Seeing how long we can have Mr. Egan talk about Senator John McCain. Seeing how long, and lastly, having Mason do the splits. That was the highlight. He promised he would do it as he walked the stage today. Each of the components of this journey are what made high school special for me, not the destinations. Author Paul Dunn says that happiness is a journey, not a destination. Happiness is to be found along the way, not at the end of the road. For then, the journey is over and it's too late. Though we are now standing at the epitome of one of these key destinations in our life, high school graduation, let's remember that unconditional happiness and growth emerges not from fixating on these destinations, but rather in the journey of achieving them. I would like to thank my classmates, the class of 2024, without whom this high school journey would have been meaningless. After all, we all know that no man is an island entire of itself. Every man is a piece of the continent, a part of the whole. Mr. Michael, I see you. Next, I'd like to thank my teachers and administrators for their persistence in helping me make my dreams a reality. I'd also like to thank them for not kicking me out after I missed weeks upon weeks of schools and for bearing with my microscopic handwriting. Next, I'd like to thank my family, my dad, aka my social media manager, for his immense support and pride, which shines through in his weekly Facebook posts updating his network about my life. I'm sure you guys can find this speech on his Facebook before the ceremony is even finished. To my mom for her grounding, unwavering support, and for an endless supply of healthy, green, really, really delicious, healthy food. Lastly and leastly, thank you to my sister for being my closest confidant that I could share anything with throughout high school. What we've talked about regarding my high school experience definitely stays between us, so don't ask her anyone. Class of 2024, faculty, families, and guests, it's been an honor to speak before you today. I'm confident that as we step into the future, we will grow and emerge, resilient and adaptable, like saplings stretching towards the sunlight. We will explore new paths, embrace the challenges and opportunities alike, and learn to flourish wherever life plants us. Congratulations to all the families and to the best class this school has yet seen, the class of 2024. Thank you.